Section 0. Introduction. The future of energy has moved to center stage in the political and economic debate at the national and international levels. Prompted by concerns for global warming, we have entered a phase of policy rather than solely market-driven energy transitions, which have turned energy from a mostly technological and occasionally geopolitical issue into a vital subject of economic policy and area of conflict between opposing interest groups. This book has the ambition to become a reference for readers who wish to be active in the debate and need basic understanding of the economics of energy in its international setting. Presenting a comprehensive overview of the issue, this book aims to be accessible to a wide readership of both academics and professionals working in the energy industry, as well as to graduate students and to general readers interested in the complexities of the economics of international energy. The energy landscape changes frequently. Multiple publications are available that monitor developments, either of the energy environment as a whole or of segments of the same, and these are continuously updated. We aim at complementing this abundant and frequently very professional literature with a reference book that will help readers understand the advantages and disadvantages, the opportunities and limits that characterize alternative solutions in the light of economic, and not just technological analysis. An economic approach and understanding is necessary, because technology offers multiple alternative solutions to our energy challenges, which, of course, is reassuring. But not all come at the same cost or promise the same economic reward. Furthermore, frequently the cost-reward profile of each technological solution is not intrinsic, but depends on circumstances, geographic, meteorological, demographic and social, as well as on the composition of the rest of the energy system, that is, on all other solutions that are adopted in parallel. Energy is a complex system in which various sources interact and complement or contradict each other, generating end results in terms of availability and well-being for final consumers, or at least some of them. What may be appropriate in one country, region, economy may not fly in another. One needs to understand how the whole system works, that is, develop a holistic vision of energy and environment issues, to be able to identify feasible and appropriate solutions, depending on circumstances. The reader will find in this volume competent and detailed discussions of the peculiarities of each major energy source, of the multiple energy markets and price formation processes, and of their interrelationships. The volume also covers a selection of the world's macro-regions to highlight how different conditions are in different geographical and meteorological situations. Some major facts must be recalled to justify the structure of the volume and what it includes. Primary energy demand must be distinguished from final uses. The first includes original energy sources, which are then transformed into usable energy products to meet final uses. In 2019, fossil fuels accounted for 84% of total primary sources, oil for 33%, coal for 27% and gas for 24%. The share of fossil fuels in total primary energy has barely changed at all over the past 3 decades. Fossil fuels are transformed into usable final products through a process of refining or other chemical transformations. Alternatively, they are used to generate electricity. Electricity generation is also the predominant utilization of the remaining primary sources. Hydro, 6.5% of total primary sources, renewables, 5%, and nuclear, 4.5%. The share of renewables has been growing and that of nuclear declining, so these two trends have roughly compensated each other. Electricity covered 20% of final uses in 2019, and the rest being accounted for by fuels for thermal or mobility purposes. It is widely expected that the share of final uses covered by electricity will increase thanks to greater convenience and improved efficiency. Electricity is expected to play a growing role across the spectrum, in mobility, thermal uses and industry. However, the increased penetration of electricity will perforce be a gradual process, so that the future of energy over several decades cannot coincide with the future of electricity. Reliance on primary energy sources also varies greatly in different regions. The Middle East and North Africa region relies almost exclusively on oil and gas. Other sources are marginal. In contrast, close to 50% of energy consumed in Asia and the Pacific region is provided for by coal. The region with the highest contribution of hydroelectricity is South and Central America, 22%, while nuclear energy and renewables are most important in Europe, each accounting for 10% of primary sources. Hence, the global energy landscape is the outcome of a mosaic of quite different tiles, responding to divergent endowments, opportunities and policies. We know that the current energy system must evolve, It has constantly evolved since the invention of the steam engine and the dawn of commercial energy, but the pace of evolution must speed up, and the direction take a more decisive turn. In planning this handbook, we have sought a compromise between the present and expectations for the future. Hence, the book does not attribute to old sources an attention proportional to their actual contribution, but neither ignores them. This results in relatively little attention to coal, whose importance is widely expected to decline rapidly, and large attention to energy sources which will continue to play a major role in international energy trade for decades, oil and gas, and those whose demand is expected to grow significantly in the future, electricity and renewables, while also addressing sources whose importance is at the moment almost non-existent, such as hydrogen, geothermal or tidal end waves, but which could also play an increasing role in the future.